Hello, my fellow EWMD members. It's my pleasure to announce the brand new EWMD International newsletter. My name is Ursula Boehle. I am one of the two international co-presidents at the moment, together with Silene Ghioni from Brescia. Actually, I'm not going to be in that role for very much longer. I've had the role and I learned a lot from it, and it filled me with a lot of pleasure during 4 years. And now at the AGM in Istanbul, I'm going to hand over to a motivated, gifted, and great successor. But that's not the topic. The topic is the newsletter. Now, I'm not going to read the newsletter to you. This is not an audiobook, and you are perfectly able of reading it yourself. Let me just point out there are a lot of interesting topics, and there is something for everybody. Like, for example, we look at what our various generations are doing in the network. There is something about Generation 50 plus. There is something in Berlin about our youngest generation. Then we look at Italy, for example, their presence at the Expo, their great ceremony of the Premio Donna Leader that happened in Brescia. We look at the onboarding event that also happened in Brescia. Then we look at, for example, our corporate members, the Diversity and Inclusion Forum at Boehringer Ingelheim. We look at our conference call series about diversity at its best. So there are a lot of interesting things, and I'm absolutely certain that there is something, and a lot of it, for each of you. But actually, it's not just about the content of the newsletter. Let me tell you a small story. Tomorrow, I'm going to meet my extended family, and we are going to celebrate the birthday of one of my nieces. Now, what makes these family events, at least for me, interesting and motivating and fun is that we know so much about each other. And that helps us to relate and have interesting discussions and so on and so on. And it's exactly the same thing in our network. Our network exists on several layers. And no matter if, for you, regional is core, and then there are the layers of national and international, or like for other people like myself, international is core, and then there is national and regional, it doesn't really matter. The important thing is that we need each other's layers to have a good and successful and valuable networking experience, because the outer layers without the core are just hollow. And the core without the other layers is tiny. So we need each other to leverage and learn and build our networking experience. And the only way to be able to do that is if we know something about each other. And the newsletter is the perfect opportunity to know what is happening in the news, in the network. So stop watching this stupid video and go read the newsletter. Because simply investing your energy into the network and not leveraging it by using the knowledge about what's happening in the rest of the network is a waste of time. And I'm sure you don't want to waste your time and energy. You are in this network to take some value out of it, to give and to take. And that's why this newsletter is a truly important instrument. So I can only repeat myself. Stop watching the video. Go read the newsletter and use it. Build on it. If you find something in a different region that can be applied to your region, go contact the woman who did it and ask her how she did it. If you see something that is relevant to people outside EWMD, talk about it, spread the word. So please go and read the newsletter and build on it for your value and for our own growth in the network. Have a very nice day.